you have those type of pitches, you don't have to have your best stuff every night to be very effective.
Diaz out to have a quick conversation with his lefty king, because Andy Ibanez has been hitting for Zach McKinstry. He has become a weapon again against lefties. He's come back and he's looked like a different hitter since coming back. First pitch, fastball.
Yeah, it's pretty slippery. Sorry.
Strike one. Up and away. There's a big piece of the bullpen last year. He's cut his walk rate in half while maintaining a healthy strikeout rate above 10 per 9. The walk rate is down to 1.5 per 9. Sinker misses low end. The good hitters count for Andy Ibanez. If you're thinking one swing of the bat, he has allowed 7 home runs in his 51 innings of work. Opponents have hit just below 250 with a little bit of power.
What a fucking day.
2-1. Sweeper perfect on the back door for a called strike 2. Constant second base, shades up the middle. The outfield almost straight up. McCormick in center, shades toward right center. 2-2. Way down and in. Big sweeping breaking ball. 3-2 on Andy Ibanez.
Lots of 3-2 counts for the Tigers today. Making them work. See if Andy can pay it off.
The 3-2. Ground ball softly to third. Ray in charges fields a waist high bounce. The over the top delivery to Walker at first. 2 up, 2 down. 7th inning.
Research Department, Marin, just breaking news. New Tigers record for Tarek Schooley beat Max Scherzer's record for the most Ks in the first 25 starts in Tigers history.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get a Tigers record of any kind, you did something special.
When over 200 strikeouts, he's right at 200. With his 10 strikeouts tonight, 9th time this year that he has reached double digits in strikeouts. The 1-0, swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. And the 4th time this year that he's gone 7 or more and allowed 0 runs with 10 strikeouts plus.
He's unbelievable. He was the first to 200 last year. Last year it took him to August 30th to do it. This year, what is it, August 19th?
August 19th, beat about 11 days.
First to 200 again.
King works way over first base side, the 1-1, swinging a soft little tap foul down the third baseline.
What's happening with radio? Fuck. I don't know what's going on with XM. Not that bad. I don't know why it's quiet all of a sudden. Fuck.
Accounts or whatever life throws your way. And right now, you'll get the
Broadcast.
generator absolutely free, plus 2 free solar panels. Because let's be
7 inning start with no runs allowed. That's all. Brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win 7 innings, no runs up, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. 9th time this year, he has struck out 10 or more. The 1-2, swing a line drive. Oh, he almost tucked that inside the left field line.
Yeah, there's a splitter just at the bottom of the zone. He waited on it nicely and just kind of guided it down the left field line, but it had enough tail on it. A little bit of slicing action on the baseball. Pushes it foul. And that's a good break for the Tigers there for that ball to go foul.
Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Andy Banez pinch hit for McKinstry. He's now in at third. Swinging the shortstop up the middle of the outfield play. Sanchez to go the opposite way quite a bit. 1-2, line drive deep and foul. You can see why. Peppering the left field line and now deep into foul territory down the left field line. Green shades toward the line. Perez in center field's made 2 nice running catches out of the track and at the wall in center field. He shades way toward left center. That puts Kerry Carpenter into the right center field gap. Scoreless in the 8th inning, the 1-2. Swinging another foul. He's making some good pitches. These are impressive fouls from Jesus Sanchez. 8th appearance for Kyle Finnegan with the Tigers. No runs on 2 hits in 7 2/3 with 1 walk and 10 strikeouts. The 1-2. Splitter away. 8th pitch of the at-bat is ball 1. Finnegan places that left foot in front of the right when he sets, kind of turns the upper body away from home plate. The 2-2, swinging a soft ground ball to second base. Torres 2 steps to his right field and flips to Torkelson. 1 up, 1 down here in the 8th inning of a scoreless game. But out goes 4-3, another pinch hitter coming. Jacob Melton will pinch hit. He started the game yesterday, was hit by a pitch, went 0 for 2.
See if Finnegan can dial up a first pitch strike here. You know, against a lot of these hitters, when they're coming off the bench, they want to be very aggressive, man. Those guys that pinch hit, you really don't want to just groove them something down the middle of the strike zone in case they run into it. Put something away, something down, something up.
First pitch to the lefty, fastball up, and man, it's been interesting at the top of the strike zone. Carlos Torres says strike one. It's a little bit above the belt. Ace bet open stands for Melton. Tucks the right shoulder and his cracks bat over the left. Splitter down, swing and a miss. Good combination.
And he rolled the hand over on the top of this one. And Melton, that ball started diving. Gets him out in front. Kind of ugly into a swing. Whenever you're fooled, it seems like that follow through doesn't look as pretty. Ever. No.
Melton hitting just 180 in his 50 at bats since being called up from the minor leagues. Season punctuated by injuries. The 0-2. Soft ground ball foul down the first baseline. Talked about him yesterday. Came up. Hasn't had a lot of success hitting for average in the minor leagues. Got some solid power numbers, but there's quite a bit of swing and miss in this bat. Already 22 strikeouts in his first 54 trips to the plate in the major leagues. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Outfield ways to go the opposite way. The 0-2. Oh, man. Splitter down. Finnegan thought he had the strikeout. Can't blame him.
Yeah, just at the bottom of the zone, just to take off the bottom of the zone. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it up and down, right?
Yeah, but it caught the three-dimensional strike zone at the front of the plate. The 1-2. He throws with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball in.
You get him looking for that split. You get him looking for that split, man. And it slows him down. He's thinking, don't swing at the split. Don't swing at the split. Fastball by you. 97. Middle end. That's good pitching there. Good pitch calling, too, by Dingler.
I just love watching guys get frozen by fastballs because they're looking for whatever the off-speed pitch is that pitcher has, because of the sequencing, because how the catcher's calling the game.
Once guys get up above 95 mile an hour, if you go 97 to 88, you can't cover both of those. It's tough.
Brings up another pinch hitter. Taylor Trammell gets to that bat. First pitch splitter, big swing and a miss. This guy's long been highly thought of, from a first-round pick out of high school 9 years ago now in Georgia, but he's been a top prospect for a couple of different organizations. First for the Reds, then for Seattle. Just it's never clicked at the major league level for Taylor Trammell. He's now 27 years old and just over 90 at-bats with the Astros this year. Low average. There is some power in this bat, but he just hasn't been able to tap into it because he just can't make contact enough. Line drive to right. Carpenter slides. Makes the catch. Nice job. That was a sinking line drive off the bat of Trammell, and Carpenter made a fine sliding grab just before the ball hit grass. Trammell lines out. 1-2-3, 8th inning for Finnegan and the Tigers. We head to the bottom of the 8th scoreless. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
You've got the dopest 90s hits.
On 90s on 9.
From boy bands to girl groups.
From ballads to bangers.
Hosted by iconic former MTV DJ Downtown Julie Brown.
And Grammy winner singer-songwriter Lisa Loeb.
90s on 9.
Channel 9. And listen at home with the Sirius XM app.
Draft a winning fantasy football team with the experts of Fantasy Sports Radio.
Who can I get later in round one? It's obviously Christian McCaffrey. The risk is worth the reward because of how dominant we know he can be.
Winning strategies, player projections, and expert drafts to help you build a championship team.
The high-level wide receivers are what wins in fantasy football.
Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and check out our audio draft kit on the Sirius XM app. Just search Draft Season. Are you ready? Wrestling fans, you asked for it? You got it. Introducing Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, an all-new
channel on Sirius XM dedicated to the Squared Circle.
This right here is the future of wrestling.
Catch interviews with the top stars, the biggest names breaking down WWE, AEW, TNA, and everything in between daily. Listen to Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, channel 156, and on the Sirius XM app.
24/7, 365 coverage of all things NASCAR. All things NASCAR happens exclusively on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, channel 90.
Hardest working player brought to you again by Carhartt, proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball, the hardworking people who make it possible. Eric Scooble. Hardest working player. We're going to give this also a little share to the Detroit native Hunter Brown.
Yeah.
Because he made big pitches with men on base. He's been outstanding in his last 4 starts against the Tigers in his career. Carhartt, proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball, the hardworking people who make it possible. Scooble and Hunter Brown will share this, a little bigger part of the share to Tarek Scooble.
Yeah, one more inning.
Because he's our guy. One more inning.
Yeah.
But a little tip of the hat to Hunter Brown, the Wayne State graduate. And the job that he did tonight. Javi Baez will pinch hit. Bennett Sousa is on the mound for the Houston Astros, another lefty on the mound. He's had a very good year in his 50 innings of work.
Heavy slider usage. Sousa, he's got a four-seam, he likes to throw in a sinker, but that's pretty much it. Fastball slider guy. Arm slot's a little bit more over the top.
First pitch to Javi Baez. Slider in the middle of the plate for a called strike. Pinch hitting for Trey Sweeney. 9-1-2 hitters. Baez, Keith, and Torres. Scoreless game in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, lefties really don't hit this guy well. That's why you see a pinch hit.
Strike one. Swing and a miss. And a slider down.
That's why lefties don't hit him well. He's got a nasty slider. It's almost like a more of a 12-6 type slider kind of coming up. And more straight down action, but less sweep to it.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Nice slider that bounced. Javi Baez strikes out to start the 8th inning. 8 in a row now, retired by 3 different Houston pitchers. Jemai Jones will pinch hit for Cole Keith. Lefties in their 62 at-bats have hit just 140 against Sousa. Righties have hit 240 with a little bit of power.
You got to lay off his slider down. It's a ball. That slider down is such a ball. You got to get him up a little bit, but he'll run that 4-seam up in the zone. So that, but a little bit. So it kind of makes it tricky. You know, you're trying to see the ball up. You start chasing out of the zone on the 4-seam. So that's why he's been effective.
Going to see lots of sliders. You're right. There are different shapes to it. That was pretty big. Almost like a curveball. One of the pitches to Javi, and then the last one a little tighter break. Jemai Jones pinch hitting. First pitch slider on the dirt. 6 out of every 10 pitches will be a slider from this lefty.
And it's a ball. Just don't swing. Just it's easy, right? If it's a slider, don't swing. If it's a fastball, swing.
Sousa works from the middle of the rubber, the 1-0. Fastball strike knees on the inside corner. Thinking one swing of the bat, and why not? Right-handed batters have hit 3 home runs in their 116 at-bats. That's not a big number. But he at least has given up a few. Long foul fly. Slider down, and that one went into the upper deck. That's how foul it was. Down the left field line, 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're scoreless in the bottom of the 8th inning. Check some scores in the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio scoreboard. Jones winning on a 1-2. From the stretch, Sousa delivers. Bounced another slider. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones has shown some pretty good patience. He's had bats with the Tigers. Kansas City scored in the 7th inning. They got a 3-2 lead now, top of the 8th inning at home, trying to make it 5 straight wins, climb 4 games over the 500 mark. Baltimore leading Boston 3-1. That game's in the bottom of the 8th inning. Toronto started the day with a 5-game lead for both the Yankees and Boston. The 2-2. Boston played it in. That was close with a capital C.
Yeah, watching Carlos Torres, it looked like he wanted to step back. He's thinking about it. He paused for a half second.
Just off the plate and in. Joel joining in a 3-2. On the way. Broken bat pop-up and caught by Walker in foul territory. Crossed right over the bag and made the catch in front of the bag. Shattered bat pop-up. Tigers had opportunities to score against Hunter Brown. First and second, 2 outs in the first. Torkelson bounced out. First and third, 1 out in the third. Carpenter lined into a double play right to Walker. Could have been more perfect. Easy double play. McKinstry had a leadoff triple in the 5th inning. Tigers could not get him home. Brown continued to make big pitch after big pitch for men on base. Gleyber Torres takes the slider away. No score. Bottom of the 8th. Sousa sets, holds glove at the belt, the 1-0. Slider misses away. So just lay off the slider, attack fastball.
Yeah, that's it. Pretty much your hope. He's thrown 1 slider for a strike so far.
Places that right foot in front of the left when he sets the 2-0.
There's 2.
Slider for a strike.
But when it's a strike, it's up. You see the one Jemai swung at, he fouled it way off, but that was a hittable pitch, so if that slider's up, you can tap it. But if that slider's down at all, it's always a ball.
Now Torres swings and misses at a slider down, falls across home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Anytime a guy's got a lead spin pitch, it's usually a ball.
Yeah.
But it looks so good out of the hand that it's really hard to not swing at.
Shakes his catcher off, gets the sign, and sets the 2-2. Away. Heck of a take. Gleyber Torres 2 for 3 tonight. Line drive single and a little flare single off the starter Hunter Brown. Then a solid swing, but a deep fly ball to center went right to McCormick last time up. Nice to see a couple of multiple hit games for Gleyber in his last 3. Three-two. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. Down below the knees. Couple of strikeouts for Sousa. We head to the 9th inning. No score in Detroit. Tigers and Houston Astros gain 2 of a 3-game series. Head to the 9th. No score after 8 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
Man, this Ford Escape is sweet. Smooth ride, killer tech. It's like driving a game winner.
See, that's because I got it from my local Ford dealer. Deal of the season, kid.
Seriously? Yeah. How'd you pull that off?
Well, simple. Next time you're there, look them in the eye and say, Big Al sent you.
What do I get, the Big Al discount or something?
Better than that, you get treated like a legend.
Well then, mind if we swing by our neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer right now?
Now you're talking. Let's go.
Get ready for Tigers baseball with Carbliss, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail in a can. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories a can. Plus, less carbonation, which means less bloating and less guilt when drinking. Carbliss offers flavors for everyone, from pineapple, black cherry, or cranberry to classic cocktails like margarita and Paloma. On game day, stop at your local grocery store and pick up a pack of Carbliss for your pregame party and find it inside the stadium to enjoy during every pitch. Carbliss, handcrafted premium ready-to-drink cocktails. This is more.
Get Motor City Clean at Fleet Express Auto Wash and wash anywhere with our Wash Smart Unlimited membership, the official car wash of the Detroit Tigers.
This copyrighted broadcast presented by Authority. The Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. 9th inning brought to you by Comerica Bank, only one bank has been committed to Michigan since 1849. That's Comerica. Will Vest takes over. Scoreless game in the 9th.
that fastball slider combo is just the ticket. His fastball's always been good. That slider this year, though, man, has that improved? Swing and miss on it. Keeps hitters off balance.
Burying lefties with it. First pitch slider. Jeremy Pena at the plate, top of the order. Pena, Correa, Altuve, 3 tough batters. Tigers, for the most part, have handled this section of the order the last 2 nights. Check swing, did he go?
Oh, come on. No, man. That was a lot of flash and barrel on this little thing here.
Oh, my. Side view, they missed it. They used to get it right. But that was a big miss. 1-1, fastball. Low and away. Carlos Torres says ball 2. Pena with a single and a walk against Tarek Skubal, and also a deep drive to center field that Perez hauled in on the warning track. He said 2 good swings tonight. 2-1. Shot to second base, hit hard right to Gleyber Torres. Fields it out to the glove side, flips it to Torkelson. 1 up and 1 down in the 9th inning of the scoreless game.
That's one of Will Vest's superpowers, being able to get the ground ball.
I mean, that ground ball rate has skyrocketed this year for Will Vest.
On the fastball and the slider, both those pitches, he gets lots of ground balls when they do put it in play.
In a power arm with a 60% ground ball rate, you're a ground ball guy if you're at 50. I mean, that's kind of the general rule of thumb. Swinging a tap foul. He's gone from just below half the balls being put in play on the ground to 6 out of every 10 on the ground. You can't ask for more than that. That makes him such a valuable weapon. Or manager A.J. Hinch. Carlos Correa at the plate to strike 1. Fastball, perfect pitch to the black. Walk rate at 2.5 per 9. Strikeout rate at 10 per 9. Just 41 hits allowed in 53 innings. The 0-2 bounced it. Trying to make it a little extra nasty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tougher on lefties. Tough on righties. But tougher on lefties this year. You got to believe that. The slider's a big part of that.
I would agree.
That's some hard contact against him. It's been mostly singles lately. Boy, slider bounce. That was tough for Dylan Digley to block that ball. Sliding to his right. ERA's at 2.50. Just do notice, though, there have been a few more hits falling against him lately. But almost always, it's just singles. Best works from the stretch, middle of the rubber, the 2-2. Swinging line drive, base it into left. Riley Green fields it on a couple of skips. Sharp line drive single with 1 out of the 9th inning for Carlos Correa.
That fastball out over the middle of the plate. It was down a little bit. But that's something you haven't seen Correa do. Usually he was hitting ground balls. Then he comes to Houston and he's hitting way more line drives.
And lusty boos for Jose Altuve. That's just boos of respect, right?
Yeah, and admiration. Yeah, that's why you love Detroit. I'll let you know.
Having another outstanding year. First pitch fastball, strike 1. Down and on the outside corner. He came into this game hitting .281, 22 home runs. 64 RBIs. It's just right now the tough part for the Astros, just finding a position for him. He has struggled at second base and left field. He has struggled there as well. The strike 1, check swing up and in, make it strike 2. He has swung every pitch but 1 that he has seen. He only saw a 7 against Tarek Skubal, but he swung and missed at 5 of those. Struck out twice. Waiting on the 0-2 on the way. Ground ball softly to short. Baez to Torres. Taylor May. 6-4-3. Inning double play. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Scoreless. Tigers and Astros. This is the home.
Some walk-off action going.
What is all that honking?
Wow, look at Mike. He's over there on the other side of the road selling lemon in this 100-degree heat, wearing a tutu.
Hey, Mike. Yeah? What's going on? What are you doing? It's so hot.
I lost my fantasy football league. Well, did you listen to Fantasy Sports Radio on Sirius XM? No. And now I'm literally melting here. Well, here's your problem. Don't be like Mike. Stay up to date on the latest fantasy football news on Channel 87 and the Sirius XM app.
There we go. As soon as we get into the shit.
Round Trip Roundup brings you the scores, highlights, and analysis from every game across Major League Baseball.
All of this past
30 minutes.
Swung out and missed strike 3 and a no-hitter.
It's the perfect way to get caught up on all the night's biggest home runs and best performances.
And a high fly, deep right center.
It's the Round Trip Roundup on MLB Network Radio every night on Sirius XM Channel 89 and every morning on the Sirius XM app. Sirius XM NFL Radio is getting you ready for the 2025 season.
He goes to Barkley. He breaks a tackle. 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
Hear from coaches, executives, and star players around the National Football League.
Coach of the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell.
You want a tough division, you want something where every week, man, you got to be on it to go and compete and win.
If you missed any of the 2025 NFL Radio Training Camp Tour, catch previews for every team on the Sirius XM app. In season or out of season, the number one place for college sports is Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
All right, be right back.
Pitching change brought to you by Primitive Performance. Stay in the game with Primitive Performance and their fast-acting CBD topical cream. Astros lost a good one. Their closer, Josh Hader, likely out for the rest of the regular season. They're still hoping he might come back in October. Shoulder injury, but they've still got a pretty good one, Andy. Brian Abreu. It just hurts their depth. Brian Abreu, big power arm, will now be the closer, and he's pretty good.
Yeah, he is. He throws really hard, upper 90s on the four seam, nasty slider, and basically nobody has done much damage left or right. OPS is hovering that like 525.
That's low.
Range, somewhere in there.
Carpenter batting first pitch, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. His average fastball is 97. First pitch here misses low. Again, Josh Hader has closed out almost every win. He had picked up the majority of saves. Now Abreu getting the opportunity. The 1-0. Fastball away. Not everybody's always comfortable in this role. Abreu has just one save. He has never been in the closer's role. The stuff certainly would seem to indicate that he can handle it just fine. But you do see it
Yeah,
time
for
to
sure.
time. Ninth inning is different than the eighth. This isn't a closing situation, but it is a 0-0 game in the bottom of the ninth. The 2-0. Soft tap foul, slider in. Carey wanted to launch. Little dribbler, strike one.
He will spray a little bit, but his whip rate, I mean, he gets a ton of swing and miss. Strikes out like 13.5 per 9.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. He had him way out ahead on both of the off speed. It's fastball, slider. You know what you're going to get. That's it. It's one of those two. And they're both plus offerings. As Andy said, lefties, righties both hit him. Low average, low power. 2-2. Swinging a foul out of play. That's a good rip. And a 96-mile-an-hour fastball away. Scoreless game in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Need a base runner. Or a ball over the fence. Either of those right now would be nice.
The 2-2. Line shot. Bobbled at first by Walker. Underhand flip. And he got him at first. No! First base umpire Charlie Ramos says, Abreu must have missed the base. I think they're going to challenge this because it sure looked like he got the base. It was a lob from Walker after he bobbled the hot shot in foul territory. Lobbed it to Abreu. And, oh, my.
Yeah, his heel got on the
First
back.
base umpire just didn't see it because you could see it from here. He landed squarely on the base.
Just a 1,000 at fastball at first base.
Terry Carpenter is out, and he'll probably head back to the dugout as soon as he sees one replay.
Yeah, tough day for Carey. That's the third rocket. He's hit right down the first baseline, and Christian Walker has fielded them all. But yeah, this is definitely going to get overturned.
What a fine athletic play by Abreu.
It was.
It's a horrible feed from Christian Walker.
It was very high, but Abreu's got some long levers and made a really nice play to catch the ball in motion as he was jumping to get the foot down on the bag.
I mean, like a ballerina. I'm serious.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Adjusting his body in the air to grab it and then land. Brings up Riley Green, scoreless, bottom of the ninth inning. First pitch, fastball off the plate and in. Tigers have won 3 1-0 games this year. 1 a year would be a big number. Already won 3 games, 1-0, the 1-0. Fastball at the knees for a called strike. No runs, 4 hits for the Astros. No runs, 5 hits for the Tigers. They've had by far the better scoring opportunities in this game. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. The outfield very deep. The 1-1. Swing and a foul. 96 down and in. And it's got some life to it. Torkelson waiting on deck. The 1-2. Fastball up and away at 97. Making one swing at the bat. Abreu has given up 3 home runs. Not a big number in 56 innings of work. The 2-2. Swing and a foul. Just hard to get around on that fastball.
It's got life, doesn't it? Ooh. Gets down the hill. He hides it pretty well. Kind of fire shoots it out from behind his right ear.
Another 2-2 on the way. Swinging a high pop-up. Shallow right center.
Wow, right through that fucking red light. Wow.
Down to the ground to get out of the way. They couldn't hear each other. Those are 2
Right
outs.
through that red light.
Just avoiding the collision. That's a nice job by Melton to stay with it for the big guy charging from his left.
Could have been trouble. I was kind of secretly rooting for a nice, easy collision. Nobody gets hurt, but the ball falls.
Torkelson at the plate. First pitch, shot foul between Joey Cora and that third base line. Strike 1. Torque 0 for 3 tonight. He'd reached 10 of his last 17 trips to the plate coming into this game. 4 hits and 6 walks. Great discipline at the plate. 3 ground ball outs tonight. That's rare. It's due to get one in the air. The strike 1. Fastball low and away. 97 sizzles outside. Rios at second base shades up the middle. It's a new outfield. Trammell in left. Melton in center. Sanchez in right. The 1-1. Snyder misses away. Good hitter's count for Torque. Alonso Perez waiting on deck.
I think it was slider.
That's a good game plan right here. Torque waiting. The 2-1. Swing and a high pop-up down the right field line. Long run. Oh, my goodness. And Sanchez lost the ball. I don't know how he lost it, but he did. He was staggering underneath it like it was twilight. And then he realized he wasn't there, and it fell right behind him. An absolute botch by a good right fielder. Torkelson ends up on second. Wow.
It looked like he came in and overran it. It was hit pretty high by Torque. Torque starts to run the ball out. Sanchez overran the ball, and by the time he came back, it's like he said, I don't know where it is. I've never seen something like that. I think he just overran it, Dan. But
it looked like he lost it.
He overran it, then he lost his balance. He was trying to get his balance back.
But how do you overrun that ball?
Well, there's a little bit of mist in the air. There is. It's a little misty. See the mist?
Yeah.
Starting to come down.
Lost it in the mist?
Yeah. Must have. We'll take it.
Torque actually runs the base as well. I know there was a mistake last night, but he runs the base as well. Perez at the plate. Outfield starts to come in a little bit. Slider on the back door for a called strike. In terms of taking the extra base, Torkelson is one of the better base runners on this Tigers team. Pena at short. Keeping an eye on him. Outfield all come in several steps. Strike one to Wenzel Perez, swinging a high pop-up, slicing down the left field line. Long run for Trammell, and he almost overran him. My goodness, and he flies through the air, makes the catch, and falls hard on his back. What's going on with the Astro outfielders?
No, I'm telling you, there's a mist in the air right now, and I don't know if it's getting in guys' eyes or what.
Wow.
Because that's 2 times.
He went flying up and back and then just landed hard, and he is down on his back in foul territory down the line. It is the 3rd out of the 9th inning. 2 very strange plays on high pop-ups to the outfield, and he's hurting.
Yeah, that is not good. He jumped about as high backwards as he could after he overran the baseball. Hopefully just knocked the wind out of him. He's got to catch his breath. All right, he's going to get up. Good.
Trainer's helping him up. Joe Espada out as well. I think he still needs a moment. I think you're right. Hopefully just knock the wind out of him. He fell
flat on his back after jumping as high as he could.
Oh. Stands up. Gets a nice hand from this Tigers crowd. And he's able to lightly jog his way back to the Astros dugout. A misplay put Torkelson on second. Another almost misplay, but Trammell made the catch. We head to extra innings in downtown Detroit. Scoreless after 9 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
We are Figer Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. For over 70 years, Figer Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Figer Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. All we do is win. All we do is win.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mybluedaily.com/affordability today.
Wellside is the smart choice. Smart because we are the factory. Our windows are custom made. That means no middleman. No middleman markups. Smart because we're dependable. Wellside guarantees every window for 35 years, no matter who owns the house. And smart because we're affordable. Get half off every window and Wellside's exclusive no interest extended financing. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wellside.com.
Christian Walker facing Will Vest. First pitch slider at the knees for a called strike. Extra inning runner, Jose Altuve. Does not have great speed. Doesn't run the bases especially well. Strike one. Check swing and a slider down and away. What would you call this? A heavy mist or just kind of a mist? A normal mist.
The normal
You're puzzled by it, though.
But it's blowing like all over the place. I don't know if
the flags are limp, though.
It's crazy. I don't know what's going on around here.
A 1-1 to Christian Walker. Ground ball to third. Sliding. Stop by Ibanez. Pops up. Throws. Nice play. Andy Ibanez is going to smother a ball before it gets through a gap. He is not going to let that ball get through the hole.
He is not. That was really nice. He went down to a knee, and the knee kind of caught, and it popped him right back up. That's a very athletic play by Andy Ibanez to get back to his feet without even having to use his hands. Turns his shoulders, fires a bullet to first base.
Altuve at second. 1 out. Yainer Diaz at the plate. 1 for 3. Sharp single to right field off the starter. Tarek Skubal. Tell you what, it looks worse in the lights. Fastball at the knees. Come on now.
That bottom
both pitchers have been squeezed, or pitchers on both sides have been squeezed, but that's a strike.
It is.
My goodness.
Bottom of the zone is non-existent.
That is a perfect pitch at the knees, ball one. The 1-0, swinging line. Last 2 years, mostly because of his production against righties. He torched righties a couple of years ago, hitting 250 with just a little bit of power. Tyler Holton is warming in the Tigers bullpen. Caleb Orts is warming in the Astros bullpen. No score. We're in the 10th inning. Altuve, the extra inning runner at second. The 1-2. Swing and a tap. Foul. He just got a piece of the slider. A wild, flailing swing. And he just got a piece of it. I'd stay right there, wouldn't you?
Why not?
I can hit a fastball. Best sets. Holds a glove at the letters. The 1-2. Ground ball to short. Baez gets around it. Plenty of time. Easy strike over to Torkelson at first. Sinker gets the ground ball.
I mean, after seeing the outfielders last half inning, just keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
Yeah, something strange is going on with that ball up in the air.
Yeah, I think that's the wind is blowing it for sure. It's up above the stadium.
Now the flag's indicating a breeze blowing. But this has got a very eerie look to it, doesn't it?
It says the mist is getting heavier.
Heavy mist blowing, and you can see it in front of the light towers. In front of the lights. Always looks worse in front of the lights, but it definitely is getting up. Blowing around. It's funny, you look down in the stands, nobody is running for cover, and nobody's even covering up. So it's like it's not reaching the ground. Victor Caratini, switch hitter, batting lefty at the plate. First pitch, slider on the back door for a called strike. Pinch hitting for Rios. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers.
Baseball's pennant races are beginning to take shape, and MLB Network Radio has all the latest news and interviews on SiriusXM 89 and the SiriusXM app.
Best will use the inside move, turn and look Altuve back to second base. Baez keeping an eye on him. Anya's deep and off the line at third. The outfield shifts to the left just slightly. Green is in and toward the line in left field. Perez shades toward left center, out in center. Strike one to Caratini. Check swing. Did he go? My goodness. First of all, that's a strike.
That's a guy like.
And then on the appeal, did not go. And that's right there. Could have been a strike two different ways. Caratini, pretty good from both sides. Swings and lines one deep and foul. Falls behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 270 from the left side. Not a lot of power. But some pretty decent bat-to-ball skills. Pretty aggressive hitter. If this pitch is close, he'll be swinging. The 1-2. Outs the slider. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score. 10th inning. Astros trying to avoid a 4th shutout in their last 5 games.
Jesus
Brown,
Christ.
Skubal both put up zeros. Brown for 6, Skubal for 7. The 2-2. Soft ground ball to first, foul. Just outside the bag. Best came on to pitch the 9th. Holton is ready. Ort looks like he's coming on to pitch the 10th for the Astros. Best has gotten 5 outs so far in his 25 pitches in the 2 innings. Caratini waiting another 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He got it with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Buried it below the knees. Got the swing and miss. Tigers bat in the bottom of the 10th inning, trying to walk this one off against the Astros. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
Get ready for Tigers baseball with Carbliss, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail in a can. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories a can. Plus, less carbonation, which means less bloating and less guilt when drinking. Carbliss offers flavors for everyone, from pineapple, black cherry, or cranberry to classic cocktails like margarita and Paloma. On game day, stop at your local grocery store and pick up a pack of Carbliss for your pregame party and find it inside the stadium to enjoy during every pitch. Carbliss, handcrafted premium ready-to-drink cocktails. Bliss is more.
Detroit baseball is crushing it. And you know what else is a game changer? The Bronco.
Like the horse?
No, the Ford Bronco, built wild.
All right.
Goat mode goes over any type of terrain. Legendary. You know what's even better? Tell me, the deals at your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer. Real savings. Big
Goat
time.
mode.
Knocking it out of the park.
Now that's a home run.
You better believe it. Get to your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer today.
At Trinity Health, we believe every step, swing, and stride matters. Our orthopedic experts see you as a whole person and will create a treatment plan specific to your needs. Whatever your activity, you deserve to move pain-free. Using the latest surgical and non-surgical treatments and technology, our experienced and compassionate care team is here to get you back to what you love. Visit trinityhealthmi.org/ortho. Trinity Health, we see all of you.
Caleb Orts takes over on the mound for the Houston Astros, bottom of the 10th inning. First time the Tigers have gone to the 10th inning scoreless after 9 since July of 2023. Andy Ibanez on the mound. With all the pinch hitters and the bench being empty, Jose Altuve, who was the DH tonight, is now in the game at second base. Extra inning runners, Wenzel Perez, first pitch off the bat of Ibanez hit deep to right field. This should advance the base runner. Smith gets behind it, makes the catch. He has good arm. But Wenzel Perez will scoot over to third. Well ahead of the throw, Ibanez advances the extra inning runner, Wenzel Perez. He's at third with one out.
Yeah, good job by Andy Ibanez. Looking for a pitch to drive. Gets one up. He'll take it the other way. Doesn't get the knock, but gets a job done. Now you got the winning run 90 feet away, Dan. All you got to do, get it out in that green stuff. Little deep fly ball. Get the ball up. This guy does have a sweeper. Throws a four-seam sweeper cutter. Just get the ball up. You don't want to roll over one of those little sweepers down. They're going to intentionally walk Dingler wisely to get to Hobby potentially. Or are they going to load them all the way up?
Nope. I think they pitched to Hobby.
Yeah. There may be some sweeper in Hobby's future here.
Ord gets a good number of ground ball outs, kind of an average number. He is more of a fly ball pitcher. Lots of balls in the air against him. You would think he's got 3 different off-speed offerings, mostly sliders and cutters, that Hobby will see a steady dose. He is out to have a quick word with Caleb Orth. The numbers for Orth this year, this is his 41st appearance, an ERA of .470 in 38 innings. His walks are high. Walk rate just under 5 per 9, and the strikeout rate a tick under a strikeout an inning. Everybody on their feet here at Comerica Park. Infield in tight, outfield in. Baez, first pitch, swing and a miss. On the slider down and away.
They had a little conference on the mound. I think most of those guys probably said, you know what, don't throw him anything to hit. Keep a slider sweeper away. Because even if you do walk a guy, you load the bases. Puts force at all the bags. But they want swing and miss right now. Hobby's got to be smart here. Make him come to him.
Outfield way in. Hobby waiting on the strike one. Line drive deep and foul down the left field line.
He missed with a sweeper that time. Left it over the middle of the plate. Probably pulls it foul, but that was a very hittable sweeper. That was the one. Just a take out in front of it. See if he can battle up, get a ball in play somewhere.
The 0-2. Sweeper down and away. Extra inning collected by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A 2 at second base. Shades up the middle. Correa Pena tight on the left side. The 1-2. Swing and a foul out of play. Fastball up and out of the strike zone. You can safely predict that he got him in swing mode. Now it's just a matter of can he make contact?
How far out the sweeper is?
Fuck, using my fucking hands.
1-2. Swing and a miss.
Fuck.
Slider in the dirt. Strikes out for the second out here in the 10th. Now leave it up to Jemai Jones. 0-0 tie. The bottom of the 10th inning. Last time the Tigers went to the 11th inning scoreless 4 years ago in September. Jones is going to try to end it right here. Into the game as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning and popped out. First pitch. Sweeper down and away. So good plate discipline this time with the Tigers. Big production against lefties. Facing the righty. Righties have hit 200 with a little bit of power against Ort. Diegler takes second on defensive indifference. The 1-0. Fastball away. 98. Good hitters count for Jemai Jones. Winning run is at third base in the form of Wenzel Perez. Diegler at second, but Perez the only man who matters right now. Ort sets the 2-0. In the dirt. Gleyber Torres waiting on deck. 3-0 the count on Jones. Mist swirling around Comerica Park. Ort is going to go to that plate behind the back of the mound, dig his cleats in, settle back in on the third base side. Glove on the left, hit ball behind the right, gets the sign and sets. Holds it for a beat, the 3-0. Bounced the slider. Jemai Jones draws a 4-pitch walk. That loads the bases for Gleyber Torres.
Interesting thought there. He was trying to get him to chase sliders down and away. 4 pitches in a row. Jemai wasn't biting. But that's going to push you right into Gleyber Torres, who's a very, very good bat-to-ball skill guy.
He's not going to chase. Outfield gets to back up with 2 outs. Torres with 2 hits today. First pitch. Sweeper has him turning out of the way at the bottom rail. A rare called strike at the knees. It was there. Torres deep in that right-handed batter's box. Upright stance. Tucks the left shoulder in. Cocks the bat high over the right. The strike 1. Sweeper away. He's not going to chase that pitch. He's waiting very careful. Fastball to hammer.
He's being very careful, Ort is right now. Keeps showing sweeper away, sweeper away, sweeper away.
Ort gets the sign and sets. Holds the glove at the letters. The 1-1. High. Big miss with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Good hitters count for Gleyber Torres. 2-1. No place to put him.
He's feeling the pressure now, Ort is. Big miss on the heater there.
Torres waiting on a 2-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 10th. The 2-1. Perfect sweeper down and on the outside edge. That's incredible.
He found it.
To dot it like that, down and away.
Still got to make a pitch here.
Torres waiting on the 2-2. Perez dancing down the line. The pitch. Bounce it away. Backhanded grab by Diaz. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 3-2 the count on Gleyber Torres. Tigers trying to walk it off. Scoreless game in the bottom of the 10th. Everybody on their feet here at Comerica Park. Ort sets. 3-2 pitch. Low, he walked him. Tigers win. Bases loaded. Walk to Gleyber Torres. Tigers pour out of the dugout to mob him at first base. How about it?
That's what plate discipline will get you, even with 2 outs in the 10th, Dan. Ort kept going, sweeper away, sweeper away. He wanted no part of it. Nice plate discipline by Jemai Jones, Gleyber Torres.
We'll keep it right here. Tigers win it 1-0 to quality at bat.
Oh, I missed it.
Don't spray the ball. That's right. Jemai Jones especially.
Yep, that's how you stay within yourself. You don't need to be the hero.
Wow, this is close.
Gets it over the fence to win the ball
1.5
game.
miles away.
Self-control by Jemai Jones and Gleyber Torres. And that's 2 victories in the series in 2 games. Won the first game, 10-0. Now come back after that kind of victory yesterday to win a 1-0 ball game in extras. Shows you the versatility of this club.
4th 1-0 win for the Tigers this year. You might have 1 or 2 every year, maybe.
And then you see, okay, you got the bullpen today. When that bullpen is fresh right now and you can run Finnegan and Best out there, how good does that look?
Will Best worked 2 innings after Finnegan worked the 8th inning. Will Best worked the 9th and the 10th. The Tigers have shut out the Astros. The Astros' 4th shutout in their last 5 games. Gleyber Torres draws the bases loaded walk, and it was not close.
I think I've delivered here before.
Well, Kara Wolfbauer's down the dugout with Dylan Dickler to talk about this one. Kara.
I'm not seeing chat if anyone's saying anything, guys. I haven't seen anybody chat in 57 minutes.
What does that really say about the discipline of this Tigers offense?
Yeah, we had a good plan all day. Obviously, Hunter Brown's a really good pitcher, one of the best in the league, and he did a good job today. But I felt like even in the beginning of
bad.
this outing, we're putting up good at bats.
You guys are saying, if you guys are chatting that, I didn't even turn on the other phone to see if chat was working.
Too, when you're trying to start applying pressure when it's such a pitcher-dominated game, how do you guys as batters really find those ways to apply that pressure late, like on Ort?
I got 2 messages from Missing Remote, and that was it. I got 10 for a good buddy, and that was it.
We got 2 pitchers out there that are really good pitchers, and games seem fast. You got to make sure you slow down the opposing pitcher and try to put as much pressure on him as possible.
This Tigers pitching staff put up a great game today. Scooble, Finnegan, Best. What do you think of those 3 guys out there?
They're awesome. Scoob, that's Scoob. That's Scoob. That outing is exactly who he is as a pitcher. And then we got, our 2 our 2 horses in the end of the bullpen coming in and doing exactly what they do as well.
I got to ask you, when you come up like that and they intentionally walk you, is that kind of a compliment now in a way?
Yeah, I guess I was. I didn't even honestly think about it. I didn't think about it. I was ready for the at bat, and then look up, slightly disappointed, but then again, can't do anything about it. Pass the baton in the 10th inning, and that's how we went.
Last question for you. AJ mentioned the atmosphere yesterday, how great it's been here at Comerica Park. What do you think of the fans today?
That was awesome. Being on second base for that last at bat that Gleyber had. Everybody's on their feet, everybody's screaming. It was great to see.
Thanks, Dylan. Congrats on the win.
Yep, thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Kara. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dylan. Player interview brought to you by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. Tigers have just put up their 4th shutout in their last 7 games. Pitching staff starting to click after, there are a few months there, let's face it, for several weeks.
Yeah, especially if you get, now that the bullpen's really coming into form, it's evening out. You get guys that are coming out and having consistent outings again and again. Not a lot of free base runners. The pitching staff won the ball game without question today. We knew it was going to be a tough challenge for both teams offensively, and it was pretty much exactly what you would think. And then in the 10th, to win it on back-to-back walks, Dan, have you ever seen back-to-back walks with 2 outs to win a ball game?
No. Tigers win it on the Gleyber Torres bases loaded walk against Caleb Ort. Now have a chance to sweep the series. They've already won their 4th straight series with this win tonight. 1-0 Tigers win it in 10. Stay with us. We're back after this on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for small businesses to make it big. Big like hearing your small business featured in a radio ad for free, or getting free sports tickets to entertain a client. Comerica Bank brings big perks like these and more to every small business customer. To learn how opportunity happens here, visit comerica.com/prosper.
Yeah, I've delivered here before.
FDIC Equal Opportunity Lender. Offers available to Comerica small business customers only. Terms apply.
We know what you love. You love baseball. You love the Detroit Tigers. You love spending a day at Comerica Park. We also know what you don't love, standing in line. So we made a VIP entrance so you could do more of the things you love and less of the things you don't. All you have to do is bank with Comerica. With your
There's a white pickup truck.
You'll feel like a VIP the moment you
There's
walk
a black one here.
just like you do at our bank. Learn more at Comerica.com/yourpark. Comerica Bank. Raise your expectation. Member FDIC.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein at the Sam Bernstein Law. We know that when you're hiring a law firm with the most experience can mean the difference between getting everything you deserve or walking away empty-handed. We're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm. Our lawyers have over 600 years of collective experience. 600 years. And that matters because more experience means more money and more wins for our clients. Our experience pays. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law. This is your sign to get a large 2-topping Crazy Crisp pizza for $6.99 when you order online from Little Caesars. It's fate that you're hearing about this delicious crust sprinkled with Parmesan. And the universe wants you to know there's over a dozen toppings to choose from. Order online with promo code JustTrustUs to get a large 2-topping Crazy Crisp pizza for $6.99 for a limited time. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
Offer available for a limited time online only at participating Little Caesars stores. Enter promo code JustTrustUs online or via the Little Caesars app at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. See our website or app for more information.
Detroit Tigers postgame from the Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers broadcast booth. Here are Dan Dickerson and Andy Dirks.
Stat of the game is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. So many zeros that we can focus on. Let's start with the 7 zeros put up by Tarek Skubal in this game. 7 shutout innings. You just marvel at what he has done. 9 games now where he has struck out 10 or more. And in those games, he struck out 101 and walked 4.
Yeah, it's been a really impressive run for Skubal. And really tonight, the last 2 outings, arguably not his best command, not his best. The changeup was up and away a little bit, but he's such a competitor and he knows how to battle through any game that he continued to get outs, put his team in a position. There was a really nice relay throw to home plate. Engler made the tag. That kept it a 0-run ball game. But, both pitchers had to pitch out of jams tonight. And the good ones do. Yeah. There is one trait. The good pitchers, they will get in trouble from time to time, but they find ways out of it.
Player of the game brought to you by Pennington Grass Seed, the official grass seed of the Detroit Tigers. This goes to Tarek Skubal as well. The 7th time this year, Andy, that he's gone 7 innings or more and allowed 0 runs. Like you said, even on nights when he's maybe not at his sharpest, he figures it out and finds that sharpness. First batter of the game walks, a guy who never walks. He's just trying to find the changeup, and then he dialed it in.
He did. And then you saw the velo kind of ramp up towards the second half of that ball game when he knew, hey, it's crunch time here. And when you're not scoring a lot of runs offensively, it can be tough for a pitcher to go out. It's a lot of pressure to continue to throw zeros. But if there's a guy that's up to the task, it's Tarek Skubal.
Tigers won by the final score of 1-0. It really is amazing. They have won 4 1-0 games this year. And after all the struggles, and there have been some struggles a lot with the bullpen, it just feels so different now with the bullpen. 4 shutouts in their last 7 games because of the way the bullpen is pitching.
Yeah, they got consistency up and down now. Like, guys are coming out, they're not walking guys, they're not giving up home runs. If you keep the ball in the ballpark and you don't walk a lot of guys out of the bullpen, you usually have pretty good outings. You might give up 1 or 2 here and there, but the ball not going over the fence has been a big improvement.
Tigers win it 1-0. Their 75th win of the year in game number 128. Big hit of the game. Brought to you by Little Caesars. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. This is going to be turned into the big walk of the game.
Yeah, I think that's fitting. That is very fitting. 2 walks in a row in the ball game. I've never seen that with 2 outs.
And you think about it, it's amazing how often that intentional walk can come back to bite you. It's probably it's the right thing to do, right?
It is.
To get to Javi, and yet with a guy with bad command, ends up biting the Astros because 2 walks forced in the run.
The interesting was how careful they were being with Jahmai Jones. Yeah, when you got Gleyber Torres on deck, who Jahmai Jones has been great,
right?
But he's mainly here to hit left-handed pitching, and he doesn't have nearly as many at-bats in the big leagues as Gleyber in these type of situations. And they just threw him sweepers way out of the zone away, and he took them.
Close.
And then 3-0, they threw him a sweeper away. It was like they were pitching around him to get to Gleyber.
That's what it looked like.
But Gleyber's so good with his bat-to-ball skills and his knowledge of the zone, it was a bad matchup for Ort, and Ort was a little nervous. You saw he sprayed a heater in a 1-1 count. That's a big pitch. 1-1's a big pitch there. He missed a heater way up and away, then backed it up with a nice slider. But they kept trying to go that sweeper away, trying to get soft contact. And when you play scared, then
it was ball on hand.
You don't generally win games. You have to be aggressive. Be the aggressor. Go at him. Make him get the hit.
Tigers win 1-0 and now get ready to try to sweep the Astros tomorrow afternoon. Stay with us for postgame after this on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
This is your sign to get a large 2-topping Crazy Crisp pizza for $6.99 when you order online from Little Caesars. It's fate that you're hearing about this delicious crust sprinkled with Parmesan. And the universe wants you to know there's over a dozen toppings to choose from. Order online with promo code JustTrustUs to get a large 2-topping Crazy Crisp pizza for $6.99 for a limited time. Little Caesars is the real deal. Pizza. Offer available for a limited time online only and at participating Little Caesars stores. Enter promo code JustTrustUs online or via the Little Caesars app at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. See our website or app for more information.
Baseball season is here, and that means one thing. It's time to fire up the grill and knock dinner out of the park with Hatfield Pork. Hatfield marinated pork tenderloins and pork loin fillets have the home run flavor your whole family will love. Don't strike out with anything less. Load up your plate, put pork on your fork, and bring home the taste of summer with Hatfield. Visit simplyhatfield.com for recipes and to find a retailer near you. Hatfield, better care, better pork.
America's favorite place to watch sports just got even better. It's Stadium Swim at Circle Resort and Casino. Sports fans, you can catch all the action from all your favorite sports at a viewing experience built for the ultimate sports fan. Relax in one of the 6 pools on 3 levels. Perfect views of the massive big screen, just like the front row seat at the ballpark. Located at Circle Resort and Casino, downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. Stadium Swim. Book your spot today at CircleLasVegas.com. That's CircleLasVegas.com.
At McLaren, we know that when you need emergency care, the waiting room is the last place you want to be. Which is why we offer online check-in for non-life-threatening conditions. So you can check into your local McLaren ER right from your home. Just visit McLaren.org/ER and select a time that fits your schedule. Anytime you need expert ER care, check in online so the waiting room can be your living room. That's McLaren.org/ER.
That's Play the Game brought to you by your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealers. Buy the Built Tough F-150 only at your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com. We'll take your pick. This was a well-played defensive game. Start with the Wenzel Perez drive to the top of the wall, but the reason this game was scoreless for Terry Schubel through 7 was because of the really good defense behind him. Start with that play. Wenzel Perez played that very well. Had it all the way, but talked about the need to get back to the wall, and he does that very well. He did it twice in this game.
Yeah, he played it perfect, where he got the jump, sprinted to the spot, and then is able to slow down, kind of collect himself to be able to jump up and secure the baseball. He went deep 2 times to center field, made both of those plays. Kerry Carpenter made a nice sliding play, but the one that really saved the game was the relay.
Yeah.
Torres on the relay throw.
Perfectly executed.
It was. The ball bounced a little bit. It kind of bounced funny off the wall. Kerry grabbed it with his bare hand quickly, got it to Gleyber, and Gleyber made a perfect one-off throw to Dingler. Dingler put the tag on, so they say, and out at the plate, Tigers will take it.
Gleyber Torres doesn't have the strongest of arms, but, I mean, that was a strong, accurate throw.
It was, and it was right on the money. Look, like, if it was up the line a little bit, down the line a little bit, he's safe, so it was perfect.
Lots of good defense in this game. Tigers end up winning it by the final score of 1-0, and it always seems like when you've got a 1-0 game, there are going to be big defensive plays that help you to the win. RBI leaderboard brought to you by Bill Brown Ford. This is Bill Brown Ford in Livonia tonight or tomorrow. Last night It took a while to recap all the RBIs in the 10-0 win. This one's simple. 1 RBI. Gleyber Torres. Bases loaded, the classic bases loaded. Walk-off. Walk. Good win for the Tigers. 75th win of the year. 75-53. Pretty nice recovery, Andy. 15-7 now. Since losing 12-13.
Yeah, they're playing very good baseball, and that's all the fundamental stuff. You know, they're playing like tonight. Really good defense. Quality at bats. Two quality at bats in a row is what won them the ball game, and neither of them had to come via the hit.
Right.
But when you can start piecing all that together, the pitching staff pitching the way they are now, like if you don't pitch well, it's tough to win. And they've been pitching really well, and we're seeing Charlie Morton being a big part of that. Kyle Finnegan, some of the pickups at the trade deadline have been clutch so far for the Tigers.
Kyle Finnegan now 8 2/3 innings of work with the Tigers. He's allowed no runs on 2 hits, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts.
Money.
Tigers win at 1-0. Stay with us. Game recap coming up with Tim Jetski next on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
My name is Tim Harrison. I'm a 11-year survivor from a bone marrow transplant. We grew up a sports family, and I have grandchildren that play. My goal was just to do everything I could to heal because I want to be there for them. I recommend people never give up because there's always hope. 11 years later, I got the vaccine.
Take a second for the right team at carmanis.org/second opinion or call 1-800-CARMANIS.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. All we do is win. All we do is win.
Keep your summer fun going in the family-sized Toyota Highlander or the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander with 3 different powertrains and a full-size third row. Now through September 2nd, get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.99 APR financing or 5.99 on new Highlander and Grand Highlander hybrids, subject to approved credit from TFS. Plus, for 2 years, no-cost maintenance included. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This is your sign to get a large 2-topping Crazy Crisp pizza for $6.99 when you order online from Little Caesars. It's fate that you're hearing about this delicious crust sprinkled with Parmesan. And the universe wants you to know there's over a dozen toppings to choose from. Order online with promo code JustTrustUs to get a large 2-topping Crazy Crisp pizza for $6.99 for a limited time. Little Caesars is the real deal. Pizza. Offer available for a limited time online only at participating Little Caesars stores. Enter promo code JustTrustUs online or via the Little Caesars app at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. See our website or app for more information.
Welcome back to the 100 Coliseum Studios. I'm Tim Jetski. Tigers beat the Astros 1-0. Will Best to win. Caleb Orton the loss. Time now for the game recap. It's brought to you by the Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Visit our showroom today for exceptional offers. Pitching and
Just Josh, thanks for the follow.
In this game, Astro starter Hunter Brown went 6 scoreless, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Tiger starter Tarek Spoon was 7 scoreless, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Tigers defense completed a pair of inning-ending double plays and also came up big in the 4th with a 1-out single would put a man on Ramon Frias.
Helicopters are flying over.
Drive here down the right field line. That's
The ghetto birds flying over.
second. Heading to third is Diaz. They're going to wave him around third. Perez gets the ball to Torres. Throw to the plate with finger time. Got him.
The fight did get reviewed. It looked pretty close, but the call was confirmed. As an out, no run. To extra innings, we would go. Bottom of the 10th, fly out, advance the extra innings runner for the Tigers. An intentional walk, a strikeout, and then a regular walk would load the bases. 2 down for Gleyber Torres.
3-2 pitch. Oh, he walked him. Tigers win. Bases loaded. Walk to Gleyber Torres. Tigers pour out of the dugout to mob him at first base. How about it?
Kyle Finnegan and Will Vesey saw work on the Tigers bench. Finnegan struck out 1 one in his scoreless inning. Best struck out one in his scoreless pair. Coming up next, we'll take a look at sports around the major leagues. This is your home for Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
Find your summer escape.
Euro King, take me into the hood.
Chill, a channel featuring modern music. For focus, relaxation, and inspiration, Sirius XM Chill, channel 55, and at home with your Sirius XM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
LP swings.
That was an all-time classic. Adam Shine brings his unique perspective and passionate sports talk to Mad Dog Sports Radio. That game led the league in holy cow wow moments. The biggest and hottest names across Major League Baseball. Star shortstop for the Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. Think you gotta build a new culture here in Kansas City. Shine on Sports, weekdays 9 Eastern. Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 82 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Tigers fans, your manager AJ Hinch joins MLB Network Radio every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
We are an unpredictable team, which, I think is an advantage for us. It doesn't mean we're not talented. It just means we have a lot of different guys that can do a lot of different things, and we're unafraid to use our entire bench.
Managers at the mic on MLB Network Radio, Sirius XM 89 and the Sirius XM app.
I'm John Paul Morosi, host of the SiriusXM original podcast, The Road to Cooperstown. Hear our conversations with Hall of Famers about the challenges they overcame on the journey to baseball immortality.
It's a hard game, and mentally it's hard. I used to go to bed crying. They pretty much knew I was going to have lung surgery after the season. I wasn't sure would I ever play baseball again.
The Road to Cooperstown.
Why did it take me so wide? Jesus, I should have just turned around.
Episodes are available now on the SiriusXM app.
Airport Highway. Oh my goodness.
Let the games begin. On Sirius XM, you get all the sports play-by-play you want and all the live sports talk you need. It's always a home game when you listen to the NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB on Sirius.
Top to you way back there.
We fuel your fandom with NASCAR, the biggest college games, PGA, and soccer. And when news breaks, hear instant reaction. We got a big developing story out of Cincinnati. The Sirius XM app. Everything a fan needs, all in one place.
After the game, join us on MLB Network Radio. We're talking baseball with you all season long on Sirius XM Channel 89 and the Sirius XM app.
Tigers fans, AJ Hinch joins MLB Network Radio every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern on Sirius XM 89 and the Sirius XM app.
1-800 Coliseum Studios. Let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Meyer, official partner of the Detroit Tigers. Cubs and Brewers played 2 today at Wrigley. Cubs took game 1 6-4. Billy Castro with a 3-run homer. Cubs currently lead game 2. It's 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Mets beat the Nationals 8-1. David Peterson to start for the Mets. He went 8 innings. They allowed the 1 run on 4 hits with 1 walk and 10 strikeouts. Blue Jays topped the Pirates 7-3. Cardinals over the Marlins 7-4. Phillies beat the Mariners 6-4. Kyle Schwarber had his 44th homer of the year. Christopher Sanchez to start. He struck out 12 in 6 1/3. The Red Sox scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th to send their game with the Orioles into extra innings, but the Orioles come out 4-3 in 11. Braves scored 7 runs combined between the 7th and 8th to take out the White Sox 11-10. Royals a 5-2 victory over the Rangers. A's double up the Twins 6-3. Jacob Lopez went 6 innings. He gave up 3 runs. 2 were earned on 4 hits with a walk and 6 strikeouts in his start for the A's. Dodgers currently have a 7-4 lead over the Rockies at the top of the 7th. Bottom of the 3rd, Yankees lead the Reds 6-2. Yankees have already hit 5 home runs. One of them was Aaron Judge's 40th of the year. Reds lead the Angels 3-1 at the top of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, Guardians have a 2-1 lead over the Diamondbacks. Bottom of the 3rd in San Diego, Padres and Giants are tied at 1 apiece. Here at Comerica Park, after a rain delay, it would take extra innings for the Tigers to beat the Astros 1-0 in 10 and pick up a series win. So look up Dan Dickerson and Andy Dirks will have their final thoughts here on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. During things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Ask Core Insurance Group in Shelby Township if Auto Owners make sense for you.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew. Sam, 30 seconds on the clock. The Ford Summer Sales Event.
Great time to buy.
Correct. What do we have amazing deals on this summer?
Ford trucks and SUVs.
Is Ford America's all-time best-selling auto brand?
We think. Yeah, it is.
3 for 3.
What do I win?
You get to work at the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Amazing. I think I was going to do that anyway.
You betcha. Based on Automotive News Almanac historical data and industry reported sales data from 1909 through 2024 CY.
Having back to school is a good deal better at Meijer. Start off on the right foot with buy one, get one for $1 athletic or Skechers shoes for the family. Save $8+ on lunch with hot deals on Meijer bread must-haves all season long. Meijer peanut butter, jelly, and round top bread are just $1.39 each. Meijer meal prep containers are $5.49, and Meijer disinfecting wipes are $2.99. Enjoy the back-to-school good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hey, Tigers fans, the Michigan Lottery has something new to sing about. Introducing the Detroit Tigers games. A Tigers instant ticket, pull tab, and 2 online games.
Buy me some Tigers games, wish me luck.
Maybe I'll win $500,000,000.
Enjoy your favorite pastime and a chance to strike it rich.
So let's root for the Tigers.
With 1, 2, 3 new ways to play. The new Detroit Tigers games, only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits shall be the best bet. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Our next game preview is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Only one bank has been committed to Michigan since 1849. That's Comerica. We look ahead to the wrap-up of this series with the Astros. We're going to see more good starting pitching tomorrow from Valdez on the mound for the Astros. Right now, we're looking forward to everyone to Charlie Morton starts.
Yeah, he's been outstanding, and it could be similar to today.
It feels like it.
It may be a tough couple days for the hitters. Because when you get these guys on the mound who are hitting spots, and both teams grinded out at bats even against really good starting pitching today.
A lot of satisfaction in winning games when your offense is silenced by good pitching.
Yes. It's good to have Tarek Skubal versus Hunter Brown today, where it was 0-0 all the way to the 10th, right?
Tigers and Astros wrap it up tomorrow. 1:10 start around there at 12:45. Tim wrap things up from the ballpark. Thank you, engineer Kenny Hornatsky, back in our studios in Southfield. Mr. Tim Jetsky with us here at the ballpark. Your partner, Andy Dirks and Dan Dickerson. Again, the final score, Tigers make it 2 straight over the Astros with a 1-0 win. Thanks for listening. Have a great evening, everyone.
Detroit Tigers baseball.
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Jack Demmer Ford, Corwell Health, Jack Demmer Lincoln, Fago, Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, The D Las Vegas, Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers, Northville Lumber, Feiger Law, Meijer, Comerica, McLaren Health, Wallside Windows, and Little Caesars Pizza.
Before Team USA takes on Europe to reclaim golf's Ryder Cup, hear American captain Keegan Bradley in an exclusive town hall on SiriusXM. Moments after selecting the final 6 members of Team USA, he'll sit down with Colt Knost and a group of SiriusXM subscribers for a live discussion. It's the SiriusXM Ryder Cup Town Hall with Captain Keegan Bradley, Wednesday, August 27th at 4 p.m. Eastern on PGA Tour Radio Channel 92, or listen anytime on the SiriusXM app.
This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Major League Play-by-Play is now on SiriusXM Radio and online with the SiriusXM app. Why do I love calling this game?
Calling this game?
Calling this game?
Calling this game? Why do I love calling this game? It's because I get a chance to bring some joy into people's lives.
Anything can happen on a baseball field.
It's perfectly unscripted theater.
Everybody on their feet, because you never know what you're going to see on a given day.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. just walked it on.
There's just something about baseball on the radio.
Something about the way wood hits leather. A swing and a drive.
Hey, Mitty.
It's dirty.
I don't know if remote missing's even there. Last thing he said in chat was about an hour ago. But that's cool. Been pretty busy. Yeah, hot wings. Oh, he's gonna over and rumble. Oh, thank you, brother. Thanks, Benny. Yeah, that's where he's at. He's over there now. Smell good. Wings do.
Outsiders may think this is just two teams.
For over 100 years, this has been the soundtrack of the American pastime. It's a World Series win for LA! Soundtrack or something. This is Major League Baseball on the radio right now on Sirius XM. All right. Coming in 5.
No, game's over with, so go back to this.
The numbers saying we're in recession, we're in tremendous, unbelievable debt. And the only way that we're moving is just creating more debt and more problems. And so I just think you got to have some assets that have no debt behind them. And that's
Thanks for popping in, brother.
Platinum and palladium are really unique in that when you own them by yourself, there's no debt, there's no counterparty risk. You are immune to everything that's happening out there, and you're in a much better position than someone that has a bunch of assets that have debt behind them.
Okay, so if people are listening, they're thinking, okay, well, what are those debts that have, so what are the assets that have debt behind them? You're talking about the house with the mortgage, etc. What else?
Well, any kind of real estate that you own, typically, unless you own the properties outright, but most people, if they have rental properties or commercial properties, they typically have debt. And, you know, obviously a lot of those people are in a tough position right now because commercial debt is shorter than home debt, right? Commercial debt is usually 5, 7, 10 years long. So there's trillions of dollars in debt coming due in the next 12 to 24 months. But also
some berries up ahead over there.
In the stock market. I mean, the companies that you own typically have some debt behind them. They're not owned solely by you, and they typically have some debt. There's nothing out there, for the most part, that people own in today's world that's debt-free. And then just overall, you know, cash in the bank. Cash in the bank, you know, everyone's, you know, so excited about 4% returns in the bank. But we know that 4% is the number that they'll pay you because they're making 8, 10, 12, 15, 20% in other investments. So I think it's a combination of being able to keep up with inflation, being able to keep up with the cost of living, and also be in an asset that feels safe, that has some security behind it, that's necessary. And, you know, most of the stock market growth over the last few years is from 7 companies, the Magnificent 7.
Almost didn't do it. It was downpouring pretty good here for a while.
You know, a lot of that new technology. And I believe there's not all going to be winners in the next few years. You know, they've grown substantially based on ideas, but they're not really based on actual profit. And so the government, you know, when you look at stocks that are based on potential, not profit, eventually those stocks are going to have problems. So I just think that people, when they really peel back what they own, a lot of it is tied into debt assets. They don't have a lot of assets that are debt free, and that's why a diversification play in the gold and silver would make a lot of sense.
Well, I think the best information is information that you can apply to your own situation. In this case, that's everybody. Everyone can invest in gold. Everyone can put gold assets in their 401k. You talk about that a lot, and you've been very successful in offering this to Americans, a hedge, a very protective hedge for your financial situation. And I just think, you know, first of all, the information is power, but there's even more, and that is just acting on it, actually taking the time after you've learned something to dive in and get yourself some physical metals to ensure that you have financial insurance. I think it's really, really important for people to do that. Tell everyone how to find your website and how they can get involved here and get this hedge of protection.
We'll see when we get the tip.
Yeah, and
how much they appreciate it.
It's just learning, and we have so much information. We have guides that we can send to you that break things down in a very simple and easy form. Emails, and then you can talk to a live person. So you can go to our website, noblegoldinvestments.com. You can call us. We are, set up in a way where you can actually have a conversation with an actual person. And we focus on customer service. You're going to talk to a live person that's going to go through the process, explain everything in a no pressure environment, really focus on customer service and just connecting with people. And ultimately, whether it's right for you or not, you'll learn a lot about what we do. We'll answer every question, every fee, pricing, all that we can give to you, and really just talk to somebody that is doing this every day. The people that work for us live and breathe gold and silver. This is all they do. And so if you want to learn from somebody that's doing this every day, I think it's a great opportunity. So I'd say check out the website or give us a call at Noble Gold Investments, and we can provide this information to you.
So excited about this as an opportunity for our SiriusXM family. We have really good history here, track record of bringing great opportunities to SiriusXM subscribers, and you're a part of that. We're so grateful for your time. I know you're very busy, but you had time to stop by and talk to us about this. Give us some more details. Colin Plume, CEO of Noble Gold. So good to have you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Stacey.
Talk to Colin. We have more for you coming up next on SiriusXM. We'll be right back.
Host Mike Slater.
Today on the show, we talked about the illegals that are taking over the trucking industry in America. Similarly, Trump issued a major H-1B visa that got any attention. We'll give you the details tomorrow.
Breitbart News Daily, weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern on Sirius
Funko Town, yes.
125.
Picture this. The power goes out, your cell phone only has 50% charge, you just went to the grocery store and have a fridge full of food. Oh, and it's the middle of summer. It's hot. That's right. No fridge, no phone, no AC. Just silence, sweat, and all of your groceries slowly spoiling. Well, not anymore. Thanks to the Patriot Power Generator 2500X from 4 Patriots. You won't have to depend on a crumbling power grid. It's solar-powered, fuel-free, and comes fully charged so you can stay powered through hurricanes, blackouts, or whatever life throws your way. And right now, you'll get a mini generator absolutely free, plus 2 free solar panels. Because, let's be honest, the power grid is aging.
Hopefully this will
Blackouts
be
are
better.
getting longer, and no one's fixing it anytime soon. So stop waiting. Take power into your own hands. Visit 4patriots.com now. That's the number 4patriots.com and claim your power independence while this offer lasts.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-619-6488 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance.
No, actually, they weren't.
And car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today.
Just cheap motherfucker.
619-6488. That's 800-619-6488.
Listen to what this guy got on this fucking pizza. This is disgusting.
619-6488.
Steak sausage, extra cheese.
Tee it up with them at the iconic Kiowa Island Golf Resort at the second Discover South Carolina Cup September 7th
it's fucked up.
10th. Kiowa's
it's got pineapple on it, so that's enough for me to judge it.
And also the famous War by the Shore Ryder Cup battle. Now you can join your PGA Tour radio host for 3 days of golf and golf talk. Find out more at discoversccup.com.
Freedom of speech. The Second Amendment. We are SiriusXM Patriot.
Really?
Conservative principles.
You don't have an air fryer?
When you own a business, you have a really tough decision to make. And that's how you handle your HR functions. Hiring, firing,
Vito's Pizza.
politics, infractions.
Here we are.
And of course, your time being so valuable, your actual allocation of resources during the day. You could be thinking to yourself, well, I just have to manage on my own. But you don't. You can manage with Bambi. In fact, it's better than managing. Help you set your own path, your own dedicated HR manager. This is at a fraction of what it costs to employ a full-time person. Your Bambi full-time HR manager is dedicated to you for just $29 a month, and that's regardless of your employee count, up to 100 employees. Forget about onboarding the new people, the terminations, any of that stuff. You have the dedicated HR team handling those tasks and more for you. As a business owner, you don't have off hours. Bambi doesn't either, and your HR manager will always be available to you by phone, text, or online. So right now, get a month of Bambi for just $1. Go to Bambi.com and type Stacy on the radio to schedule your first call with an HR manager now. That's 1 month of Bambi for just $1 at BAMBEE.com. Type in Stacy on the radio.
It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed, and cash flow tighter than ever. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite trusted by over 42,000 businesses. NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of these everyday tasks, letting your teams stay strategic. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what it's costing you, and how to pivot fast. It's one system, full control. Tame the chaos with NetSuite. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/nation. That's netsuite.com/nation.
Navigating the professional job search is hard. You know the perfect job is out there. You're just not sure how to find it. Let Specialized Recruiting Group help find a role that fits. With companies that are hiring now. Get started at srgpros.com. Specialized Recruiting Group offers a path to contract and full-time roles. Take the next step in your career at srgpros.com. That's srgpros.com.
Wesley had IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Coming after my house, my car. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
Wesley called Optima Tax Relief.
Oh, they were great people. Optima Tax. They know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-611-8892. 800-611-8892. Optima Tax Relief. For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. Strong national defense. Legal immigration. We are SiriusXM Patriot. Channel 125. Conservative principles live here.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Jason Walker. The White House says Russia's Vladimir Putin promised President Trump he would have a direct meeting with Ukrainian leader Zelensky. White House correspondent Greg Clugston has more.
The Kremlin has not yet said whether Putin signed off on face-to-face talks with the Ukrainian leader, but the White House says Putin promised Donald Trump. After meeting with European leaders on Monday, the president spoke to Putin by phone. The Trump administration is now arranging a Zelensky-Putin meeting, followed by three-way talks if necessary. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The Justice Department has opened a probe into whether police officials in Washington have falsified crime data. That investigation comes amid an escalating showdown between the administration and the city over control of that police department. The death toll from Legionnaire's disease outbreak in New York is now 5.
Officials say they've concluded the death of a person with the disease who died before mid-August it began in late July. 14 people were hospitalized as of Monday, according to the health department. The bacteria that causes Legionnaires had been discovered in 12 cooling towers on 10.
States have already resumed. However, officials say full restoration may take a week or more.
Dude, I thought those guys were going to get in a fight with each other in there. Holy crap. What happened?
More on these stories at townhall.com.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA.
Fucking kidding me, I gotta go with
critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
Everybody is keeping an eye on the Fed and how an interest rate cut might affect gold prices. Gold has been hovering at around $3,400 an ounce for the last 2 months and is poised for dramatic growth with the next interest rate cut. If you have a qualified IRA or 401k, you could receive up to $10,000 in free gold and silver when you open your retirement account with Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000 now or visit AdvantageGold.com and get your free gold IRA guide. Consult with your financial and tax professionals before making investment decisions. Call 800-900-8000.
The International Energy Agency lifting its forecast for global oil supply for this year and next. Economist Steve Moore says the data proves President Trump's energy policies are working.
This drill baby drill strategy of Trump is really taking.
It could have been, man. I was just like, hey guys, I just need to get this pizza.
And that means that we don't have to import it from countries that hate us like Iran and Russia.
More,
yes, pizza.
Economic advisor made his comments to the Salem Radio Network. Walmart has recalled frozen raw shrimp.
You should not put fruit on pizza.
Officials warn of potential
That's just my thoughts.
Contamination. FDA calling on Walmart to pull certain lots of Great Value brand frozen shrimp from stores after the agency detected potential contamination with cesium-137, which is a radioactive isotope. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com.
6 miles away, this delivery. 15 minutes.
Mother, wife, Air Force veteran, gun rights advocate. This is Stacey.
Keep me up by Sylvania.
Thank you for being with us this evening. Amazingly, this is hour 3. So let's get into it. We are welcoming in Braden Myers, contributor with Young Voices. You can find out all about Young Voices by going to joinyb.org. Braden, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Privileged to be here.
I am glad that you're here, and I know that there's a lot going on around the country, and you writing and commenting on these things to give us different perspectives.
Rosie's, that's actually pretty good Italian food there, Rosie's.
And also, most importantly, to turn issues over, right? You turn an issue over in your mind, and then maybe you take it to a conversation with someone else, and you think through, what do I think about this? What do I disagree? So it's good to have you writing and then joining us to talk. And you have a recent piece over at Real Clear Markets. Tell us what you're writing about here.
Absolutely. So I've done a lot of work in tax policy, and this bill in Missouri caught my eye. Senate Bill 143. It was passed on July 14th, so pretty recently, and what it's doing is eliminating the ability for localities in the state of Missouri to impose licensing tax on youth-owned businesses.
Oh, cool.
So licensing taxes on youth-owned businesses. Now,
lemonade stands and
if
shit.
People are in other states, they might be thinking, I don't know if I. This is actually something that's prevalent. It's a problem. Tell us why this is important.
Yes. So I've tried to start a business multiple times in my younger days.
No, it was raining earlier though.
My father was in the
It was
military.
downpouring.
I traveled to all sorts of states, and in every one of them that I've lived in, from Virginia to
I had to pull over on the side of the road.
Trying to start a business.
My windshield wipers couldn't keep up. Now it's nothing but bugs. My windshield's getting covered.
Financial barriers, paperwork barriers, and to add on to that, the fact that in many places children can't own property or anything of that sort. So yes, this is an issue in all sorts of states, but Missouri is paving the way to clear these barriers and let the youth innovate.
So, not being able to own property, some people would say, oh, that's totally appropriate. I mean, having children own property. But what you're talking about is if a child, so anyone under the age of majority, the age of 18, if any one of those individuals were to have an idea, create something, but they wouldn't be able to own it.
I drew you in with it.
So the main thing we're discussing is the ability
for the
youth to avoid.
I started streaming after the rain stopped, so I didn't know because I was coming from Fremont.
The child's parents and all these sorts of things. Yeah.
It's like an hour gap in the chat there.
So licensing, and this is something that's going on in Missouri, but what is your hope? Your piece is entitled "America's Youth Should Be Free to Innovate Without Barriers." So you want to see the same kind of legislation
Central Avenue, okay,
move throughout the country?
I absolutely would. So we've seen a lot of
my truck's outlet.
What we call lemonade stand.
It's not a plug-in.
Lemonade stand laws are focused on protecting.
I specifically got one hybrid that isn't a plug-in hybrid.
Service businesses like lemonade stands.
They charge you
from having to go
buku insurance and taxes on them.
Registrations and licensing process that could entirely discourage these businesses. Missouri is taking this one step further. They are absolutely exempting youth, no question, from these licensing fees. And what that's going to do is
Jacob Castro streaming, testing, don't watch.
Generation of upcoming leaders who are coming in with new business experience.
He'll do that, and then he'll get 20 people on the stream.
Going into the future.
Okay, that's fantastic. And innovating on barriers, basically, it's a deregulatory position that you're taking.
I still felt the need to defend myself.
Absolutely is. Especially for the youth, these barriers can stop young innovators in their tracks, right? A $50 to $80 fee, which I think is about the average in Missouri, can be, well, for many adults, that's
another sheet.
Money. That's just something that a lot of youth don't have access to. And you put that with having to fill out paperwork on the federal, state, and local level, all of the applications and requirements and inspections, and it is a complete damper on the ability of youth to innovate. By passing this bill, I think Missouri is setting the stage to clear those barriers.
All right, So then you're talking about a 20-year-old who'd been discouraged by the challenges of navigating the complex web of business regulations. This is yourself. You can attest to the benefits of this legislation for young and teenage entrepreneurs. So
this one's going to require a PIN number.
Under the age of 18 would start a business that would actually be benefited by this.
Well, that's incredibly prevalent. I mean, you know as well as I do that some of the most creative ideas come from our youngest generation. Nearly 1/4 of people in the 18 to 24-year-old group identify as entrepreneurs. We can guess that it's very similar for 16 to 18, because again, those are ages where people are trying to build something for themselves and put their creative energy into making something meaningful. By encouraging people to start before they turn 18, we're allowing them to gain more experience and learn more.
And then the end result of this is actually beneficial to our entire society. You have businesses that are thriving. You have young people who are able to navigate the business world more effectively. And you have a kind of overall sense that, I don't want to say all is right with the world, but it is nice to know that teenagers are able to, start a business and profit from it without being burdened by regulations that really kind of serve no purpose.
Absolutely. I mean, most
dude wants to get fucking run over.
Do very little to actually protect consumers. And for consumer protections, we naturally have the same legal standard that will hold any business to, regardless of the age of the founder. But by reducing these licensing fees and paperwork burdens, yes, we're expecting more businesses, and we're expecting, even for those who don't go into business, I mean, we're creating a group of college students who will come out with 5 years of real work experience, who will graduate ready to either start another
I can't see the numbers on these buildings.
The workforce and contribute there. And it's creating a culture of excellence and success that will, yes, you said it perfectly, go through every aspect of society.
Well, that's pretty exciting. Anything else you'd like us to know about your article that you've written or your position?
Maybe not.
I just would like to reemphasize, I think this is a hugely untapped area in the regulatory discussion. There are arguments on both sides of regulation, and I most certainly am usually opposed to regulation, but especially in this case, we have a really unique moment and a really unique opportunity to unleash innovation and let our youth drive our society forward, and I think we need to seize it.
I couldn't agree more. The article is over at realclearmarkets.com. It's linked in the show notes over at stacyontheright.com. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today to discuss your work, and thank you for thinking through your really cool to hear your personal experience.
Weirdo.
This issue.
Those fucking topics.
I'm glad to see us leading on deregulation. It's a nice turn of events.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. And we're going to take a quick break here. 866-957-2874. Show.
Conservative voices built on freedom, powered by you.
Taking my call.
Another cheap ass motherfucker.
About the midterms, the Democrat Party.
He's going. This is housing for Lord's College. It's like a Catholic college, nursing and
people forget is
shit
that
like that.
5,000 missiles were launched into Israel as well.
Your voice is heard here. Sirius XM Patriot, Channel 125. Hey, I'm Jim, a small business owner from Arizona, just trying to grow while avoiding general stupidity, mine and others. I went to my bank officer of 15 years looking for a loan. After a month of collecting paperwork and another 8 weeks of underwriting, they couldn't help. I nearly lost a major manufacturing contract that would have doubled my business. At the last second, a friend referred me to Delta Capital Group.
Raising Cane's Airport Highway.
And funded for $750,000 the very next day.
Delta Capital Group is
Raising Cane's Airport Highway.
providing lines of credit and term loans for businesses just like yours. Same day.
I'm gonna pause while I get out of this area.
Credit score rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Over half of their business comes from referrals.
Just preemptively.
Customers. Why? Delta Capital gets business done. Smart business owners don't wait for money.
Now we're double shifts.
How the fuck do you get out of here?
Be smart like Jim. Get your money at deltacap.com. That's deltacap.com. It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chains squeezed, and cash flow tighter than ever. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle. Your AI-powered.
That was a straight-up vegetarian pizza. I didn't even look at the name. I was almost completely positive that was going to be a woman, even though it was a dude's name because of the ingredients.
And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of these everyday tasks, letting your teams
mushrooms, onions, extra cheese, and pineapple.
And how to pivot fast. It's one system, full control.
If you're going to do pineapple, at least put some fucking meat on there.
If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/nation. That's netsuite.com/nation.
I actually want to see this dash mark.
You're driving. They're honking. You're driving. They're screaming. You're driving.
Who knows?
With Sirius XM Comedy, they're honking.
Drive to Dash Mart on door.
You're laughing from the newest Netflix specials to the King.
Dash Mart, Door Road.
Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy. From uncensored Kevin Hart to clean comedy to quiet and kids, Sirius XM Comedy has it all. Channel 93 and 99 on your Sirius XM radio and on the Sirius XM app. 866-957-2874. Stacy on the right with Stacy Washington on Sirius XM Patriot 125. Alaska was a show of force by President Trump.
Fucking Android Auto has not been working right today. Was I? No. Too bad. Your sheets, holy sheets. Actually, fucking gas is super cheap here. I'm gonna stop with some gas. They're all new here, so all the Sheetz gas stations are super cheap for gas.
Thanks
while
for
they're
being
new.
with us.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Welcoming into the program, Tony, calling in from Iowa. Hey, Tony, welcome to the show.
Hey, Stacey, how are you? And I know you're usually good. Sorry, I know you don't like that question.
I love. Well, thank you for calling in.
Okay. So earlier you had some talking about the immigration and ICE and all that, and something just happened on Friday night where a guy that apparently he's got an extensive criminal record, been here for a while, but on Friday night he decided to run over 5 people at a homeless shelter. And looking at the charges here, he's got 14 charges. He's got OWI, third offense, and ICE has a detainer on him. So I'm just that kind of confused me. It's like, well, wait a minute. What about the first two OWIs? Doesn't that have anything to do with this? I did a little big, something that's going off in the background. A little deeper digging. And a year ago, on the 27th, he apparently got pulled over doing 77 in a 55 and threw a bag of cocaine out the window. It weighed 29 grams. That's more than an ounce. So that's not just like, I'm pretty sure that's not just for personal use. A whole ounce of cocaine. And it says that he was released on his own recognizance the next day and will be arraigned at a later date. So, but that was about 2 months before Trump got elected. So that was still under Biden's watch. So I don't see anything in between there about his OWI offense. How do you get an ICE detainer? Like they don't just pull that out of the woodwork. He's looking at 14 counts now. And it says nothing about his arraignment of the ounce of cocaine that he had. He got pulled over in the county just down south from us. So this goes back less than a year. He's throwing ounces of cocaine out the window and running people over while he's drunk. So he's got 5 counts of willful injury, causing bodily injury, major felonies. 5 counts of assault using use of display and a weapon, driving while barred, driving while license denied or revoked, and leaving the scene of an accident with injury. So they got a $35,000 bond on him, yet ICE has a detainer. So, I mean, I'm glad that the detainer's in place, but can someone just go and, I'm assuming somebody can afford a bag that's got an ounce of cocaine can probably afford $35,000 for a cash bond. If he gets out, do you think he's going to stick around?
I don't know. I mean, they're going to hold him. So I know that there's not a lot of cooperation, but I'm not sure.
How can you have a detainer and a bond?
The detainer comes from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and the bond comes from the actual local jurisdiction. So
I thought a nice detainer would trump no pun intended, would trump a.
Yeah, right.
If the county says, oh, no, you can't.
Yeah, you love it, don't you?
So if someone comes in there with 35 grand for a cash bond, are they just going to let him go, or is ICE going to go, oh, no, you don't? It wouldn't. I would have thought the bond would be mute, and also I would have thought that the first 2 OWIs may have got him deported, let alone throwing a bag of an ounce of cocaine out of his window doing 77 and a 55. But that's just me.
well, this is the sanctuary city jurisdiction issue that we've been having, and it's not going to go away anytime soon until we get them to stop actually doing that. So,
well, I had to do some digging. I did find a bunch of local news outlets, 5 of them, but only one of them mentioned the ICE detainer. So I would have thought that would have been pretty significant. That guys,
you can't get out this way.
Nobody wants to talk about that. So anyway, your show, and they just reported it tonight. It happened Friday, but they just reported it tonight, and just going around sharing it with people who care. Doesn't seem like many people around here care about that. Not in town anyway. But thanks for letting me share.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I do think people care about it, but if you're in a sanctuary state jurisdiction, President Trump has not yet unleashed the full power of the federal government on these
not really. Our governor is definitely not sanctuary friendly. So it's just this area. In fact, at the University of Iowa, they're talking about DEI being. They're still doing it. They're just kind of doing it under the table. But someone got caught on tape. That's probably floating around there too. Where they jeopardize their funding by saying, "Oh yeah, we know we're not supposed to do DEI, but we're doing it anyway." and one of their employees who's no longer working with the University of Iowa got caught on tape doing that. But we're the bad guys, right?
Well, I don't think we're the bad guys. I think we are doing something.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I do. Thank you so much for calling in, Tony, and interesting perspective. Good to talk to you tonight. So, yeah, I think that's tough, and it makes a big difference. The way that it appears, like as he was talking about not being a sanctuary state, but still having this. It's a mix-up. It used to be that you could just say, that's law enforcement, and law enforcement was law enforcement was law enforcement. Now, it's very politicized, and it means that there's going to be situations like the one you described, which is different. So, CNN's Jake Tapper has this podcast called, sorry, it's not, it's Chuck Todd was it Chuck Toddcast, which I think is so cute and funny, although I'm not a huge Chuck Todd fan, but we're actually talking about U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff joining Jake Tapper on CNN, and he's talking about concessions and things that are being offered to Ukraine.
We got to an agreement that the United States and other European nations could effectively offer Article 5-like language to cover a security guarantee. So Putin has said that a red flag is NATO admission. Right. And so what we were discussing was assuming that that held, assuming that the Ukrainians could agree to that and could live with that. Everything is going to be about what the Ukrainians can live with. But assuming they could, we were able to win the following concession: that the United States could offer Article 5-like protection, which is one of the real reasons why Ukraine wants to be in NATO. We sort of were able to bypass that and get an agreement that the United States could offer Article 5 protection, which was the first time we had ever heard the Russians agree to that.
Yeah, but then they leave the meeting and he immediately bombs indiscriminately. So, which is it? Did they agree to those protections? Are they, is the negotiation moving forward, or is Putin just kind of pulling the leg of the United States and everyone else around?
Sure, some berries back there, and a little piggy action going on behind me.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio joined CBS's Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan, and he rejected
another sheets, and they're all over the place here now.
Not think that's the path forward.
There's concern from the Europeans that
fucking huge gas stations too.
Be bullied into signing something away. That's why you have these European leaders coming as backup tomorrow. Can you?
No, it isn't. That's
reassure
not that's not true. No, but that's not that's not true. They're not coming here tomorrow to keep Zelensky from being bullied.
They're not February. Oval Office meeting in front of television cameras where President Zelensky.
You know how many meetings we had since then?
Oh no, I know, and I was just up there last night watching the one with Vladimir Putin where red carpet rules.
No, but with Zelensky, we've had more meetings. We've had one meeting with Putin and like a dozen meetings with Zelensky. So but that's not true. They're not coming here tomorrow to keep Zelensky from being bullied. They're coming here tomorrow because we've been working with the Europeans. We talked to them last week. There were meetings in the UK over the previous weekend.
And they said President Trump's going to demand a ceasefire
as early as Thursday. But you said that they're coming here tomorrow to keep Zelensky from being bullied. They're not coming here tomorrow. Oh, this is such a stupid media narrative that they're coming here tomorrow because Trump is going to bully Zelensky into a bad deal. We've been working with these people for weeks on this stuff. They're coming here tomorrow because they chose to come here tomorrow. We invited them to come. We invited them to come. The president invited them to come.
So I can hear the incredulity in Secretary Rubio's voice. He's like, oh my gosh, with this nonsense. Is it a mental deficiency? I mean, it's like talking, so he's there for a serious conversation. He's a high-ranking, high-level cabinet member in the president's administration. He is former senator, he's a former presidential candidate himself. In other words, he's a serious person. And he shows up and he's supposed to be having an interview, a dialogue with this reporter, journalist, interviewer, television host, so that he can disseminate information to the American people. And instead, he's subjected to her nonsense, her idiocy, her lunacy. She's full of nonsense. Yeah, she's full of nonsense, my friends. Okay, time. What do you think? So then Secretary of State Rubio joined Jesse Waters on Fox News and was discussing Ukraine and security alliances and their rights.
Any sovereign country in the world has a right to enter into security alliances with other countries. And it's not just NATO. We have such alliances with South Korea. We have it with Japan. Other countries have it with each other. And so I think everyone would acknowledge, including, by the way, for the first time, the Russian side, under President Trump's sort of pressure or, a suggestion, is that, in fact, a Ukraine post-conflict has a right to enter into security agreements with other countries. And we will work with our European allies and non-European countries, by the way, to build such a security guarantee. We're working on that right now. We'll continue to work on that. And that'll be something that'll have to be in place after a peace deal so that Ukraine can feel safe moving forward. And we're coordinating that as we speak. We're involved in the coordination of it. So, yeah, there are a number of countries that are willing to step forward and provide Ukraine security guarantees. But as the Ukrainians have said to us, and I think it's said publicly, the strongest security guarantee they can come up with in their future is to have a strong military moving forward. And that's the other dynamic that's changed. We're no longer giving Ukraine weapons. We're no longer giving Ukraine money. We are now selling them weapons. And European countries are paying for it through NATO. They're using NATO to buy the weapons and transfer them to Ukraine. That's another big change from the way this war was approached just under the Biden administration, for example.
Dead on. So the other thing that Ukraine, it as a nation, it lacks, and it's a part of the reason why it remains very vulnerable to aggression from Russia, and that is its physical positioning on the continent, where it doesn't have ocean, a mountain range. It has no natural barrier between it and Russia. So, it can be literally overrun by Russia unless it were to have sustained military at its own behest. Coming out of a war where 1 million people have been killed, very difficult for them to stand up a standing army that would be of any consequence in response to Russia. So, what then? Russia could use a breather right now, as could Ukraine, but you aren't going to catch Putin actually admitting that, right? That's why he's doing these indiscriminate bombings and these attacks. So right now, just gird your loins, prepare yourself. Joe Scarborough had a moment of clarity. Now, it might have it's the moment of clarity is like a hot dog, and the hot dog is encased in an extra large, like, brioche bun. So he spouts nonsense, but he does drop two very salient facts in amongst all of the jib jab. It's Joe Scarborough on MSNBC's Morning Joe talking about Ukraine and what she might have to give up.
Let's underline two things here. Just again, to set expectations, to be realistic. Even during the Biden administration, every Biden official, including the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, says they're going to have to give a plan. They're not going to like giving a plan, but they're going to have to give a plan, number one. Number two, they're not going to become members of NATO. There may have been people writing articles in the Wall Street Journal or elsewhere saying they have to be members of NATO, but you go around to every European leader, that was never going to happen, but there was an idea of a quasi-NATO type guarantee. And they need that guarantee. And if they get that guarantee, if they have the guarantee that Putin's not going to reload and then come back in, that would be considered, I think, at the end, a win for Ukraine, would it not?
Short answer is yes, it would. Them becoming a member of NATO, obviously, it's the reason why they're at war right now. Biden popping off about how, Ukraine's about to join NATO. And Putin was like, that old coot might actually try to pull that off. And then he'd have NATO missile batteries within view of the Kremlin. They'd be able to look out the windows of the Kremlin and see NATO missile batteries. He just wasn't going to put up with that. And he was prepared for the fact that Americans might elect Joe Biden. He was prepared for it. He knew, if they elect him, that lunatic might actually move and try to make my life difficult. And so, I got to be prepared to go in. And he was really prepared to go in. Like, we see the
Looks like I'm going to end it. It's kind of died tonight.
Okay. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was on CNBC's Squawk Box, and they were discussing the Trump-Putin meeting.
I want to set the record straight on what went on in Alaska. Alaska was a show of force by President Trump. He invited President Putin to land that the Russians used to own. He displayed a huge amount of military hardware and then did a flyover. It was kind of like inviting your uncontrollable neighbor to your house and showing him your gun case. So then the President Zelensky, we had a very good meeting with him and his team in the Oval for about an hour and a half. And then we met with the European leaders. It was an incredible group to have in the White House, all led by President Trump. And yes, the culmination of that was a call with President Putin. And my strong belief is that there will be a bilateral meeting between President Putin and President Zelensky. And that's the only way to end this conflict, is to get the two sides talking.
Yep. If you're going to have a deal, you need people to talk to each other. All right, so then you have NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. He joined Laura Ingraham on Fox News to talk about President Trump's diplomacy.
Well, he was amazing, and he is amazing. And let me tell you this, that his criticism of NATO was right. What he was saying is that the U.S. is spending so much more on its defense and therefore spending on the collective defense of NATO territory than the Europeans. And the great thing is, and I think this is, and I hope the Americans see this, probably one of his biggest foreign policy successes of his president, of term 47, is that during the NATO summit, we committed collectively to this 5% spending, including 3.5% on the core defense spending. That's the same the US is spending. So now we are equalizing what the US is spending, what the Europeans are spending. And he has therefore taken a different view. He always said that he supported NATO, but he also expected the Europeans to pay up, to spend more. He has been successful in doing this. So today, the conversation was a conversation among friends, among close allies who respect each other, who like each other, who know each other very well, discussing how we can bring this terrible war to an end. And this is a goal we all have in common. And without President Trump, this deadlock with
I'm going to go ahead and end it.
have been broken. It was the only
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
starting in February.
Oh, wow. That was